Think back to being a child, a classroom, a schedule someone else decided, toys bought in a store, an adult watching you almost every hour of the day. That is childhood to you. It feels permanent, like it's simply what childhood is, but almost none of it existed 10,000 years ago. No schools, no classrooms, no bedtimes, no toys made in a factory, no childhood as you know it at all. A child born 10,000 years ago grew up in a world so different from yours that you would barely recognize it as childhood. And yet those children had something that most modern children have almost completely lost. To understand what, we have to go back to a world with no schools at all. Let's start with the biggest difference. Ancient children were not separated from adults. Today, we build entire worlds just for kids, schools full of children, playgrounds for children, shows, books, and rules designed for one age group at a time. A modern child can spend most of their day surrounded almost entirely by other children. 10,000 years ago, this was unthinkable. Children lived inside the full life of the group. Babies, elders, hunters, mothers, all in one small community of maybe 25 to 50 people. A child was never sorted by age. They watched adults do the real work of survival every single day, up close from the moment they could walk, and that changed everything about how they learned. Because here is the part nobody talks about. Ancient children did not have lessons. They had no teachers in the way we mean it. No subjects, no tests. They learned by watching and then by doing. Anthropologists who study modern hunter-gatherer communities, the closest living window into ancient life, have documented this again and again. Children learn by imitation. A small child watches an adult start a fire and then tries it themselves. They watch the older kids track an animal and they follow. They are given real tools, small versions of the real thing, not toys, and they practice the actual skills they will need to survive. The anthropologist David Lancy, who spent decades studying childhood across cultures, described something striking. In these communities, children were largely left to learn on their own through play and observation, with adults rarely directing them at all. There was no pressure, no curriculum, no one standing over them. And yet the children learned everything they needed to know: how to find food, read the land, make tools, and survive a dangerous world, all without a single lesson. And their play was not separate from that learning. When ancient children played, they were rehearsing life. They played at hunting, they played at building, they played at caring for babies. Their games were small models of the adult world they were growing into. Archaeologists have found tiny tools and objects at ancient sites sized for small hands, miniature versions of adult equipment. Children practicing through play the exact skills that would one day keep them alive. There was no line between playing and learning. They were the same thing. So let's reconstruct a single day in the life of a child 10,000 years ago. You wake at dawn, not to an alarm, but to the sounds of the camp already stirring around you. There is no school to rush to, no schedule. No one tells you what your day will be. You eat with the group, whatever was gathered or hunted the day before. Then you simply go. You join the other children, older and younger together, and you spend the morning roaming the land around the camp. You are learning the whole time, though it never feels like learning. You watch which plants the older kids pick and which they leave alone. You follow animal tracks in the dirt. You practice throwing, climbing, building, copying the adults you saw yesterday. No one is grading you. No one is watching every move. By afternoon, you might help carry water or mind a younger child, or sit beside an elder who is making a tool and learn by watching their hands. And when the sun goes down, you gather with everyone around the fire, listening to the stories that teach you who your people are. That was a childhood. No walls, no screens, no separation from the world you were growing into. But we should not romanticize it, because childhood 10,000 years ago was also dangerous. In a world with no modern medicine, many children did not survive. The hardest truth about ancient childhood is how fragile it was. A large share of children died before they reached adulthood, from illness, injury, and the simple brutality of a world without hospitals. Every parent 10,000 years ago lived with a fear most modern parents will never know. And children grew up fast. There was no long, protected stretch of years set aside just for being a child. By the time they were 10 or 12, many were already doing real, essential work for the group: hunting, gathering, caring for younger children. Childhood was shorter, it was riskier, and it ended early. So what did they have that modern children have lost? Freedom, real physical freedom. An ancient child spent their days outside in nature, moving through a real landscape with other children of all ages. They were not scheduled, they were not supervised every minute, they were not handed a screen to keep them still. They explored, they took risks, they climbed and ran and built and figured things out on their own. And they were surrounded constantly by people of every age, not isolated with a screen, but woven into a living community that needed them and that they belonged to. A modern child can grow up deeply scheduled, deeply watched, and somehow deeply alone. An ancient child had almost nothing we have, but they had the open world, the freedom to roam it, and the certainty that they were a real and needed part of the group. And here's the part that should stay with you. We gave children so much: safety from the diseases that once killed them, protection from the dangers that once stalked them, years of life set aside just to be young. These are real gifts. We should never want to go back to a world where children died of a simple fever, but somewhere along the way, in making childhood safe, we also made it smaller. We moved it indoors. We filled it with screens and schedules and walls. We protected children so completely that we sometimes forgot to let them be free. For 99% of human history, childhood was dangerous and short and hard, but it was also wild and free and never, ever lonely. The children of 10,000 years ago grew up knowing exactly where they belonged. And as you watch a child today glowing screen in hand, safe inside four walls, it's worth asking one quiet question. In everything we gave them, did we give them that?